Welcome to Dow's Weekly Digest. I'm Edward Dow Bartling, and I certainly hope you are having an excellent day. Our theme for this week is communicating with your future self. I'm in my 70s, and I have learned a few things that might be helpful to others. A bit of wisdom I wish I had known when I was young. Here's an example. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is, I don't need to write this down because I will remember it. Focusing on our theme, communicating and your future self, the rocking chair wisdom goes like this. There once was a man and woman who had been married for more than 60 years. They had no secrets from each other, except that the little woman had a shoebox in the top of her closet that she cautioned her husband never to open or ask about it. For all those years, he had never thought about the box. But one day, the little old woman got very, very sick, and the doctor said she would not recover. And trying to sort out their affairs, the little old man took down the shoebox and took it to his wife's bedside. She agreed that it was time that he should know what is in the box. When he opened it, he found 2 crocheted doilies and a stack totaling $25,000. He asked her about the contents. When we were married, she said, my grandmother told me the secret of a happy marriage. It was to never argue, and she told me that if I ever get angry with you, I should keep quiet and crochet a doily. The little old man was so moved, he had to fight back tears. Only 2 precious doilies? She had only been angry with him 2 times all those years of living and loving. He almost burst with happiness. Honey, he said, that explains the doilies, but what about this money? Where did it come from? And she said, that's the money I made from selling the doilies. And what does the book of wisdom, the Bible, say about communicating with your future self, the future? Let's look at the Old Testament Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in the mind of man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. New Testament Philippians 1:6. And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at that day of Jesus Christ. You know, often there you hear of the question, what would the older you tell the younger you if you had the opportunity? Let's flip it on its side and ask you this to contemplate today. What would the present self tell or advise your future self? Applying the shoulda, coulda, woulda credo. What can I do for my future self today? Tell them to collect moments, not things. That's nice. You know, I know that it is hard for us to talk to our future self. And the younger we are, I think it's harder for us to have that discussion. When you were young and someone asked you, would you rather have $5 today in your hand or receive $10 in 6 months? The necessity for the future is not as strong as the instant gratification that many of us would take, the $5. Whereas the older self in us may reflect and think, that's a 200% annual return, I'm going to wait. And in nature, we can see examples preparing for the future self rather than instant gratification. You know, we used to have 1 squirrel in our backyard. Now we have 5, but all 5 are looking for pine cones, peanuts, whatever it might be. They are storing it away for their future well-being. And folks, 4 of these are little guys. They're not very old. Yet they know to work today for their future self. Being in my 70s, I have found it's easier to have the discussions with my future self. I have come to realize the important things last a lifetime. The discussion I have with my future self kind of goes like this, and I believe your clients may be having the same type. The topics are as follows. security that you can't outlive, choices that are customized, a solution that works for me and my family, peace of mind, looking for solutions that will not be a burden on my family, stability, exhibiting the consistency of being there every single day, support, feeling confident that when the time is near, that team will be there to support my family. Okay, Dow, you being a baby boomer, where would you go for resources that would help my clients of your generation have that frank discussion with their future self? I would go to the financial markets website, fmiAgent.com. At the top, click on to Agent Tools, and let's go down to Products and click onto the left side. I'm going to scroll down to LTC Hybrid. Open it, and let's go to One America's Asset Care Linked Benefit Whole Life. After you examine the features, numerous funding options, issue ages, and minimum face amount, let's go to the Sales Tool line. And I want to click on to Asset-Based LTC Marketing Microsite. That microsite, I will identify myself as a financial professional. And once it's open, look at this vast array of tools that are available. But let's go back up to the heading at the top, please. And it says Financial Education. I'm going to look at the column heading. It says Individuals and click on to Early Retirement. Here are the tools to help your client have that eyeball-to-eyeball conversation with their future self. Yes, they no longer earn a paycheck, but their assets can still work for them and their family. These resources can help them understand what long-term care is, 5 ways to prepare for retirement, and how asset-based long-term care coverage, how it works. Be sure to contact your internal wholesaler and have them go over these tools, which can act like a mirror for your client to then have that frank discussion with their future self. Also, ask your internal wholesaler about the social media resources that One America has available. Once a week, without failure, I get a communication sent to me from One America that gives me the tools to use to place in my social media. It's there. Now, I would like to let you know about these tools that you need and start using them. Ask your internal wholesaler to help you how to use them. Now, I would like to share with you a video provided to us by One America.
Something happens when you become a parent. Something curious. Suddenly you can't help caring about someone else more than yourself. And that feeling, well, it lasts a lifetime. Even when your kids are no longer kids. That's why we created Asset Care. It was designed for you, but it may be one of the most important things you ever do for your family. On one hand, Asset Care works like traditional life insurance, paying your family a lump sum when the time comes. But it also does something else, something important. Asset Care allows you to tap into your insurance during your lifetime in order to pay for things like in-home care or other qualifying long-term care services. So no matter what happens, you're protected, and so is your family, because they won't have to worry about your long-term care needs or how to pay for them. Because family will always come first.
Were you able to pick out how the important things last a lifetime? And the most important thing is family. Yes. Now, having 5 squirrels in the backyard, Mother Nature is telling me that summer is approaching. In fact, it's here. And that being the case, this will be the last Dow's Weekly Digest until the fall. But that also means that the brighter summer day is coming. Season 2 is fastly approaching. I look forward to showcasing some of the Lord's work here in the Black Hills, as well as sharing with you. The older I get, the more that I think philosophy. And as you communicate with your future self, remember this: blessed are they who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called insurance agents. And indeed, to yourself today and your future self, GP4U equals G, God's plans for you. They're great. You take care.